What's up, and welcome, guys, to One Oak Mentoring, the #1 virtual teen mentoring program commodity that's ever been thought of, right, in the whole entire world, right? How y'all guys doing today, man? It's good to be able to give y'all guys a video today. It's been a while. Every video is like I keep saying, I'm gonna start doing better. I'm gonna start doing better, man. I'm trying to stick to it, guys, man. So y'all don't hold me accountable. Well, hold me accountable, but don't be too harsh on me. You might hurt my feelings or something. But anyway, guys, today's gonna be another video about this video is gonna be about the staff population at the group home that I'm employed with, right? Okay, so first of all, let's start off with the staff population is like, I would say the whole population is like the ratio of men to women is probably like, I don't know, like, it's like, well, I'm not gonna tell y'all the exact ratio, but like the percentage, I'm gonna go with percentage, right? The percentage is like 80% women, right? You know what I'm saying? Like 85% women, right? Yeah, that's a lot of women, right? So just think about that, right? Like that's the most of the staff population that we have, right? And I mean, a lot of it is because of, basically like, when the group home setting, like, it gives you the chance to be kind of, like nurturing and caring, like, you know what I mean? How most, women are, not trying to be sexist or anything like that. But, they're more caring and nurturing, right? So they get to go to the group home and kind of display those skills like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody gets like a cut or a bruise, they were like, oh, okay, let me help you out, this and that. Or somebody slip and fall, I'm like, oh, you okay? All right, are you okay? Poor baby, well, you're not supposed to be calling the kids baby. Hopefully they're not doing that. But like it's just like a more of like a nurturing environment, right? So and another thing is like a lot of a lot of the the females that work there, some of them, they might have a husband that has a nice job, right? So saying the pay is not really as big of a thing for them. They just want to get out and be productive. You know what I mean? So and like some of them, maybe they're in school or something, like trying to be like a psychologist or like a psychiatrist or like a brain, like somebody that works with the mind and the brain. I'm not really good with words all the time, but yeah, something like that. Like you'll see like a lot of females doing that. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, like most females, like, how females are like nurses and stuff like that, right? They're helping, they're in like a helping environment. Like, you know what I mean? Like helping people out, doing stuff like that, right? And, but I'm not gonna say it's an issue, but some things that you might run into with having like a lot of women. Well, the facility that I work at is like all the residents are all guys, right? And the population of the staff is like mostly women, right? So you know what I mean? So it's like some of the times, right? I'm not gonna try to make this like a sexist thing or anything, but some of the times, well, like half of the time, there's like, the job, you have to be physical at the job. Like, you know what I mean? And like sometimes, some of the women are not willing, to get physical, as far as like restraining and things like that. Or they might get a little scared, if a kid like raises their voice, like, hey, who are you talking to? Like something like that. They might like get all like shooken up and stuff like that. Not all women, right? But just some of them, right? So yeah, that's kind of like how the population is. Another thing, just having a lot of women working there and stuff like that is like, like well, I don't know if I should really say this, but like, I mean, well, no, I'm not even gonna say that. So, but yeah, man, it's great, that they're willing to do that and they're nurturing and things like that, man, all that type of stuff, right? And but a lot of things that we hear at the group home, as far as like the group home that I work at, is that, oh, we need more men. We need more men. Like, you know what I mean? So sometimes like having a facility with that many women, which like that's just not the group home that I work at. It's like a majority of group homes. It's a majority of women, for whatever reason. Like maybe like, I don't know, like one staff was like, men don't really want to work there because they're not really paying a lot and, stuff like that. Maybe, maybe that has something to do with it or whatever, right? But let's see, yeah. Another part of the population is, well, yeah, with the guys, with them wanting to have like more men there, I understand, because like sometimes a message from a male, might sound, more relatable, on certain subjects and things like that, right? So, but I'm not just gonna stay on just the fact that it's a lot of women there, I mean, I, being a male that works there, I enjoy, seeing, you know, the women there, you know what I mean? Seeing, looking, you know, being respectable, you know, not leering or anything like that. But, you know, it's nice to, you know, work with a lot of women, you know what I mean? Most of the times, you know. But another thing, the population is like there's so many characters that have worked at the place I'm working at now. And I mean characters, man. You can meet any type of person like the place I work, right? They can be like old. They might be like 60, 65, you know, years old working there. And then you might have a young person that's like 21 years old, right? So, you know, and then they're like working together, right? So there's a huge age gap, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, right? But it can be like any type of person, man. I mean, like we had like people come in there like straight from the streets, like, you know what I mean? Like strictly hood dudes, street dudes. We had people come in there that were like, I'm not like, maybe they were not, maybe they wasn't 100% mentally, but they were at least, you know, like, you know, 75, 80%, you know, mentally there. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've met some people like that, right? Yeah, man, we get people in there like funny people. You get like serious people. You get aggressive people. You get, you know, nice people. You get, you know, people that know a lot. You know, you have people that don't know a lot at all. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just like the population there, man. It could be like an old guy, young woman, you know, anything, like all races, any type of race, like probably known like to human beings. We've had that type of person work there, right? So, you know, all type of races, all types of, well, you know, of course, like men and women and like all types of like, you know, sexualities and like all that stuff like that. We even have like different type of, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, different type of genders, like people who may have like transitioned. I'm trying to be like, I don't know about that stuff. No disrespect, but you know, but I'm just gonna say like maybe they transition to like another gender, stuff like that. I mean, we even have people like that, like, you know what I mean? We have people coming there that's broke, like flat broke, you know, maybe they're just trying to work a lot of overtime to, you know, pay their bills, and which I will talk about overtime, you know, in another video. But, you know, you got people that come there just flat broke who just like, yo, I just need a job, man. I'm just trying to work hard, you know, work all these hours, you know, whatever, right? Then you got people that come in there that are actually like from, you know, or might have a good job, you know what I mean? Like a real high paying job, but they just want to, you know, be part-time there or something like that. Or maybe they came from a good job, you know what I mean? Or maybe, you know, any kind of person would be there. We had this one dude that was there. He was like I think he used to play in some kind of basketball league or something like that. Or maybe it was like the season was over or some kind of stuff like that. But like, I know he had some money because he used to like drive like some pretty expensive stuff, like for like the pay rate that he was working, like, you know what I mean? So we just have like all kind of people, like, you know what I mean? So it's just like always entertainment there, because on top of having like all type of staff and like different races and all kind of stuff like that, different backgrounds, we also have the same thing with the residents, right? They're all, you know, different, you know, everything's different, right? So that's pretty much the population there. And something else I was gonna say, but yeah, man, I met a lot of like weird people, you know, I met a lot of weird people at the group home that I work at, you know what I mean, man? I mean, I guess like weird to me, I mean, I might come off weird to, you know, somebody else, you know, somebody might, you know what, we have to be self-aware when you're working at a group home, right? Sometimes I'm just so focused on what I'm doing or whatever, I kind of forget like how I'm perceived, right? So normally like somebody sees me, if somebody like sees me out, like the last thing you're probably thinking is like group home worker or somebody that works with kids or something like that. They probably thinking like, just look at me like, what do you think people think when they see me, right? You know, all right, yeah, right, exactly, right? So I might be weird to somebody else. I might be looking at this person like, man, this person is weird. Like, you know, they dress weird. You know, they talk weird. They interact with the kids weird. You know, just weird, right? But they might look at me and be like, hey, man, this guy's weird. His hair is weird. He's wearing his hair like some kind of like a rapper or, you know, some kind of crazy stuff like that. You come in here dressed, you know, not like a residential worker, you know, this, and that's why I kind of like where I work, because I can just wear whatever I want, right? Excuse me. But they could look at me and be like, yo, this guy's weird, man. Look how he dresses. Like, what kind of like man his age dresses like that and, you know, acts like that, you know, and walks around and speaks like that. He speaks funny, like, you know, like people can like, so when I'm thinking of a staff person is weird, I'm thinking like, hey man, I could be perceived as weird too, man. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all good, right? So, but yeah, man, we've now no disrespect to the company that I do work for, like, you know, we have had people there and I'm like, yo, why? How did this person even get hired? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but man, we had, okay, well, I'm just gonna say this. We had this one girl, like, I'm not even sure if I should say this, man, so I'm gonna be very, like, particular with my words. We had this one girl who worked there, right? And she was just like, the way she dressed, man, was like she was always coming from like a nightclub or something like that, right? I'm just gonna keep it like that, right? So, you know, I'm talking about, yeah, a lot of tight clothes and stuff like that. But come to find out, like, one of her professions was she was like she used to dance, you know. I'm not gonna go any further into that, but like she used to dance, right? Yeah. So these are the type of people. Don't take it like that. Like these are the type of people. Like I mean, it could be. You know what I mean? Not saying that makes her a bad person or anything. Like she was like dancing on the pole at work or like twerking or anything like that. It's not like that. I'm just saying like the wide range of people that we can have, man. Or we can have people like we have a lot of people. With a lot of education, man. Like a lot of people come from like a lot of big schools, a lot of good schools and stuff like that, man. We have people come in there, and things like that, man. But that's just like basically like in the broad scope, y'all know I like to use big words. Broad and scope is a big word to me. So in the broad scope of things, that's just like kind of like the staff population. Like you really never know who you're gonna be working with or what their background is or what they got going on, what kind of history or anything, like, you know what I mean? So that's basically it for today on that subject. But that's kind of like the reason I really like to, I'm still working it because it's always something new. It's always something new, exciting, always like new staff and stuff, like, in and out, so, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's the population video for you guys today. Pretty much, that's it, man. This is One Oak Man, and I am out.